The resentencing hearing for the Menendez brothers happening today in Los Angeles. The hearing could put them one step closer to release, as Erik and Lyle Menendez serve life sentences without parole for the murders of their parents in 1989. We have team coverage. Laura Acevedo is at Donovan Correctional Facility, where the men have been for years. But we begin with Austin Grabish, who traveled up to LA for the hearing. Austin?
Good afternoon, Kimberly. Everyone in the courtroom right now is on edge as the DA's office makes their final arguments as to why they believe Lyle and Erik Menendez should not be resentenced. And they are on edge because a short time ago, the judge said all of this might be done today. Now, we're not sure if the judge misspoke or if he was serious and he intends to deliver his decision this afternoon and keep court going late. But I can tell you, everyone in the court is watching very carefully. Now, Mark Garagos, the defense attorney for the defense brothers, will be making a rebuttal after the DA speaks, and then the judge will either reserve his decision or tell it to us. Now, earlier today, we saw relatives from all over the U.S. show up to the courthouse here in L.A. to support Lyle and Erik Menendez. They told us how they were abused as children, and how the brothers deserve a second chance at freedom. Over the weekend, their cousin Anna Maria Baralt told me she saw the brothers at Donovan Prison in San Diego, and she said their time together was great. The brothers, as you may remember, are serving life sentences without parole for murdering their parents in 1989. Lyle and Erik used shotguns they purchased from a Big Five store in San Diego to kill their mom and dad, and claim they were sexually abused in their Beverly Hills home for years. Now, a relatively new California law allows judges to resentence criminals if the court determines they don't pose a danger to the community. That is the essential question the judge must determine here. Should Erik and Lyle get out because they have been rehabilitated? Now, the judge told the court this morning he has not made any decisions yet. He could choose to resentence them to life sentences with parole, and then they would have to go to the parole board, or he could choose to let them out immediately. Their attorney, the brothers' attorney rather, Mark Garagos, wants his clients resentenced to manslaughter, which would let them get out immediately. I want you now to take a listen to him, as well as the Los Angeles district attorney, who opposes all of this.
The Menendez brothers have failed to come clean with the full extent of their criminal conduct, their cover-up, their lies, and their deceit over the past 30 years.
There are no two better candidates in the state of California right now for resentencing than Erik and Lyle Menendez.
The Menendez brothers have tried unsuccessfully 5 previous times to get out of prison. Their cousin Diane told me it would be a, quote, miracle if the men are freed. Reporting live in Los Angeles, Austin Grabish, ABC 10 News.
Thank you, Austin, for the live update. And now we turn to our ABC 10 News reporter, Laura Acevedo, who's live at Donovan Correctional Facility, where the men have been housed for years. Laura, you spoke with several parole experts about what could happen next.
That's right, Kimberly, and the people I spoke to all agree that this is really uncharted territory. They are surprised that the Menendez brothers even had a risk assessment done. That's because risk assessments are usually only for people who are eligible for parole. Erik and Lyle, as of right now, are serving life without the possibility of parole. It's been quiet outside of Donovan, where the men have been for years. As Austin mentioned, we do know they appeared virtually today. Now, their time in prison hasn't been without incident. We know the men have both been caught with cell phones along with other violations. A recent risk assessment completed by the California Board of Parole deemed the brothers to be a moderate risk to the community if they're released. And a parole attorney tells me this assessment is done for each brother separately and says that moderate risk can really go either way.
A low risk means the highest chance of a grant. A high risk psych assessment, almost a 0% chance of a parole grant. A moderate is truly right in the middle there. I've had plenty of people granted parole with a moderate. I've also had plenty of people denied parole with a moderate.
Again, as of right now, the men are not eligible for parole. It's important to note that this risk assessment was done at the request of Governor Newsom as part of a separate possible clemency path for the brothers that is completely separate from the resentencing that's happening right now. The judge has says he will take some of that risk assessment into account, but that full risk assessment isn't expected to be complete until next June. Reporting live from Donovan, Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.